Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your most loyal weapon, if you know how to control it. From the first human running from predators to modern leaders navigating boardrooms, fear has always been the same. A survival signal. A mechanism designed to keep you alive. But here's the truth. Most people never face. They are not using fear. Fear is using them. They freeze when they should act. They retreat when they should advance. They negotiate with danger instead of commanding it. Evolution gave you fear as a tool. It sharpens your senses. It prepares your body for action. It pushes you to survive. But society trained you to see fear as weakness, to hide it, to run from it, to let it dictate your choices. That's why most people live small, trapped, controlled. You don't have to. If mastering human psychology is your game, hit subscribe now, because here you sharpen your edge. In this session, you will unlock the complete fear mastery system, the biology that creates fear, the strategies that weaponize it, and the techniques that turn it into power. You either master fear or fear masters you. The choice begins now. Fear begins in the brain. At the core sits the amygdala, your alarm system. It scans for threats in less than 200 milliseconds. When danger is detected, it sends the order. Your body obeys instantly. Adrenaline surges. Cortisol sharpens focus. Norepinephrine heightens awareness. Heart rate jumps. Blood flow shifts to your muscles. Pupils widen. Breathing shortens. This is the fight-flight system. Primal, automatic. It does not wait for permission. But here's the flaw. The amygdala does not know the difference between real and imagined threats. A predator in the jungle or a job interview in the office. The same pathways fire. That's why fear feels real even when danger isn't. Now the mind adds another layer. Fear distorts thinking. Catastrophic thinking. You imagine the worst possible outcome. Probability overestimation. You believe failure is certain. Threat bias. You see only danger, blind to opportunity. Emotion takes over. The body responds. You freeze. You flee. You shrink your posture. Your voice softens. Your breath becomes shallow. This is the cycle of fear. Brain, hormones, thoughts, emotions, behavior. But here's the key. Once you recognize the pattern, you can break it. Step 1. Awareness. When you feel the surge, name it. When your breath shortens, slow it. When your thoughts spiral, interrupt them. You can't delete fear, but you can stop letting it drive. Control begins the moment you see the system for what it is. Not all fears are the same. Some protect you, some control you. Knowing the difference is the first step to mastery. Rational fear, the guardian. This fear keeps you alive, touching live wires, walking down a dark alley, checking your six in hostile territory. Soldiers call it operational awareness. It sharpens survival. It serves you. Irrational fear, the phantom. This fear controls you, speaking on stage when you're perfectly safe. Fear of rejection when nothing threatens your life. Fear of failure when the consequences are reversible. These are ghosts, and yet they stop more dreams than real danger ever could. Billions of lives made smaller by shadows. Social fear, the chain. Here lies the power struggle. Fear of judgment makes you perform for strangers. Fear of rejection makes you beg for approval. Fear of confrontation makes you surrender before the fight begins. Every social fear is a power transfer. You hand control of your worth to someone else. Performance fear, the crucible. This is the fear before the big moment. Athletes before the game, leaders before the deal, entrepreneurs before the pitch. Your body shakes, your mind races. You call it nerves. But peak performers call it fuel. Research from Stanford proves it. Saying, "I'm excited" instead of "I'm nervous" boosts performance by 17%. Fear and excitement are twins. Same chemistry, different labels. Michael Jordan said, "I was never nervous. I was prepared. I used the energy." The lesson is clear. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is energy. And energy can be directed. The dominated feel fear and collapse. The dominant feel fear and convert it. The question is never, do you feel fear? The question is, what do you do with it? Fear is not just a reaction, it is a tool, a weapon, a force you can direct. Fear as motivation, the driver. Humans work harder to avoid loss than to chase gain. Behavioral economists call it loss aversion. The pain of losing is twice as powerful as the joy of winning. Steve Jobs understood this. At Apple, he created one fear: become irrelevant or innovate. That fear built the iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook. It was not comfort that drove them. It was the terror of becoming obsolete. Fear as protection, the shield. Warren Buffett says, "Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful." This is not weakness, it is calculated paranoia. It has protected his fortune for decades. Navy SEALs live with the same mindset. Constant low-level fear, hypervigilance, scanning, assessing, always alert. That awareness has saved countless lives in hostile territory. Fear in decision-making, the compass. Emergency room doctors face life or death choices every shift. Combat leaders make split-second calls under fire. Both rely on controlled fear. Fear sharpens focus. It cuts away noise. It narrows your vision to what matters. Not paralysis, clarity. Fear as performance enhancement. The edge. Science confirms it. The Yerkes-Dodson law shows moderate stress increases performance. Too little stress, you underperform. Too much, you collapse. The right dose, you enter flow. Athletes call it the zone. Commanders call it combat effectiveness. Entrepreneurs call it high-stakes clarity. Fear is the fuel. Channeled, it makes you stronger, sharper, faster. Ignored, it consumes you. The truth is simple. Fear is energy. Energy is power. Power is control. The only question, do you use fear, or does fear use you? Knowledge of fear is not enough. You need protocols, systems, drills that rewire your mind and body. Fear inoculation, controlled exposure. The military uses this to harden soldiers. Step 1, identify the trigger. Step 2, create a ladder, from small exposures to major ones. Step 3, start low, 30 seconds at a time. Step 4, increase intensity. Step 5, repeat until your body stops overreacting. Example, public speaking. Week 1, Talk alone, 1 minute. Week 2, speak to a friend, 2 minutes. Week 3, small group, 5 minutes. Week 4, bigger audience, 10 minutes. Step by step, fear loses its grip. Fear reframing, changing the signal. Fear and excitement feel the same in the body. Your heart races, your breath quickens, your hands sweat. The difference is the story you tell yourself. Not I am in danger, but I am preparing. Not I might fail, but I am about to grow. This shift activates your prefrontal cortex. It overrides the amygdala. It changes panic into power. Courage building, progressive action. Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is skill built by repetition. Start with small challenges, eye contact with strangers, speaking up in meetings, asking for something uncomfortable. Each act lays a neural pathway. Each pathway makes the next act easier. Soon courage becomes habit. Breathing protocol, the switch. Fear hijacks your breath. You take it back with control. Try the 4-7-8 method. Inhale 4 counts, hold 7 counts. Exhale 8 counts. Repeat 4 cycles. Within 60 seconds, the parasympathetic system engages. Heart rate slows. Mind clears. Fear dissolves. Visualization, training without risk. Elite athletes and special forces use it. Close your eyes, rehearse the fear scenario. See yourself calm, hear your steady voice, feel your body in control. The brain fires the same neurons as if you lived it. Repetition here builds real confidence out there. Master these techniques and fear becomes predictable, programmable. A tool you can pick up and set down at will. Leaders who master fear, master people. Strategic use of fear. Effective leaders don't eliminate fear, they direct it. Fear of falling behind drives innovation. Fear of consequences enforces discipline. Fear of loss keeps loyalty strong. But the line is sharp. Fear that inspires builds unity. Fear that destroys breeds rebellion. Examples. Winston Churchill. He used fear of Nazi domination to unite Britain, but he balanced it with hope. That balance turned fear into fuel. In business, fear of missing out closes deals. In negotiation, fear of losing opportunity makes the other side move fast. In teams, fear of underperformance raises standards. Even in relationships, fear of loss makes people value what they have. Core principle. Fear is leverage, but leverage cuts both ways. Use too little, it fades. Use too much, it breaks. The master leader applies just enough to guide, to sharpen, to command. You now have the complete fear mastery system, the biology, the psychology, the strategies, the techniques. From this point on, fear no longer controls you. You control it, but power without responsibility destroys. Fear can build people or break them. It can create order or chaos. The choice is yours. Here's your challenge. Within 48 hours, confront one fear that's been holding you back. Take one action, small or big, but act. Document how it felt, what changed, what shifted. Comment below the fear you will conquer. No vague words, be specific. Because the moment you declare it, you start to master it. And if mastering human psychology is your game, subscribe now. This is where you sharpen your edge. Remember, masters are not fearless. Masters command fear. The question is, will you?